Hello learners, we are starting a lesson on human circulatory system. Another part that we need to emphasize on in human circulatory system. When you talk about human circulatory system, we talk about the human circulatory system. And when you talk about the human circulatory system, learners in grade 6, you must understand main parts. So we have something that we call a component of circulatory system. When you talk about the component of circulatory system, this is where learners are confused most, whereby when you talk about the component of circulatory system, we normally talk about the heart. The heart is the first one, followed by the blood vessel, The blood vessels are the heart, and the last one, whereby people also confuses, is the blood. The blood is the part of circulatory system, but not when you talk about the component of circulatory system. We talk about the heart, the blood vessels, and the blood, not the lungs. Why is it that the lungs is not part of the circulatory system? The lungs is just a supporting organ. It just supports the heart to function well, because blood goes there for just refreshment of the blood. So you find that when you talk about the lungs is not part of the circulatory system, but is part of the breathing system. So learners confuse and places the circulatory system. You find that the learners say that the lungs is part of the circulatory system. But today I want to remind you, in the last video, we looked at the breathing system, whereby the lungs is the main in that part. So we have what we call the circulatory system, and this one we talk about the heart, and I'm going to talk mainly about the heart. When you talk about the heart has what we call the 4 chambers. When you talk about the heart, you find that the heart itself, it has the 4 chambers. This 1, 2, 3, and 4 chambers. And these chambers, they have the names. Here we have what we call the left auricle, the left ventricle, the right auricle, and the right ventricle. From there, you realize that when you are naming the parts, we start from the right side, whereby we have the vena cava. We have the pulmonary artery, we have the aorta, and we have the pulmonary vein. These are the main parts of the circulatory system, whereby when you talk about the circulatory system, we have now the main things, whereby we talk about the arteries. What are these which we are talking about? The arteries. The part of the arteries, we talk about the aorta, and pulmonary artery. These one are the arteries that we talk about. But remember, when we talk about the main artery, we talk about main one becoming the aorta. Then we have the veins. When we talk about the veins, we have the vena cava. And we also have what we call the pulmonary vein. Now, when you talk about the pulmonary vein, you realize that the pulmonary vein and the vena cava, when they ask you about which one of the following are the arteries, you must know that aorta and the pulmonary artery are the ones which are the arteries. Mind you that the pulmonary artery carries the oxygenated blood. So you must remember those one in your key issues. We talk about the veins. The main vein is the vena cava. But remember, the pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood. So that one, you understand it. And I have a model whereby we have this one, the red one. You realize that this one is the aorta. We have this one is the vena cava in the blue color. Then we have, when you close it, we talk about the red one the red one, it becomes the pulmonary artery. And this one is the vein. The vein helps us to make sure that the blood enters into the left auricle. So I have the reel now of a sheep, whereby we have this horse. We talk about the aorta being the main one, is here. Then we have the pulmonary artery in this side. Then the vena cava is the big one here, the white part, this one, and the pulmonary vein is this one. So we open inside and you see what is inside. You'll find that this part is mascular, which contains the left auricle and the left ventricle. Why is the left ventricle mascular? It is because it's to pump blood with high pressure. Now we talk about the veins. We have the veins inside here. You'll see that the vein, it has this one, which prevents the backflow of the blood. And that's why in this side we have the flesh, that all the muscles that are not that huge. So that's why we have the valves that prevents the backflow of blood. Through that, remember, learners, you should understand the parts of the heart. You know the parts, the organs, the chambers of the heart, and remember to understand the component of the circulatory system. Know the function, know the way the blood flows, and you'll come to realize that in the left and in the left auricle, the left ventricle, that's where oxygenated blood is carried. Then it circulates, pumps out it through the aorta, goes to all parts of the body, come to the vena cava, enters the right auricle, right ventricle, it enters into the pulmonary artery, which takes to the lungs, which is the supporting organ, so that it makes sure that the blood is refreshed. Then it cycles once again. With that, remember to subscribe. Remember to learn more about the circulatory system. Thank you very much.